The Quran does not explicitly command Muslims to pray 5 times a day. This claim was made by the guest speaker on Dr. Abed Damina Ministry International Talk Show. However, I tend to offer a more accurate explanation of how the 5 daily prayer came to be established and what the number 5 represents within the Muslim faith. Take a listen.
One sheikh that in Kasina, Sheikh Ibrahim Yahya Masusuka.
Yes.
He say hadiths all are lie. There is nowhere in the Quran that men show go and pray 5 times a day.
No, wait.
Yeah.
There's nowhere in the Quran where a Muslim is asked to pray 5 times a day.
There is nowhere.
So why are they praying 5 times a day?
I don't know. Because when you look at the Quran, even Prophet Muhammad, he didn't do that 5 times prayer. Because if you ask a Muslim to bring evidence or verses where Prophet Muhammad did 2 rakat in the morning, and then 4 rakat in Al-Asr, 3 rakat in Maghrib, 4 rakat in Isha, there is nowhere found it in.
Wow.
And they are saying you cannot find it until you go to Hadith. And Hadith, the author of that Sahihul Bukhari, where they mention that 5 times prayer, they get back for Bukhari after 200 years of date of Prophet Muhammad.
Wow.
So where did Bukhari see Prophet Muhammad?
Yes.
And told him that I did 5 times prayer daily.
That's right.
So I didn't see any reason for me to continue doing that.
Have you ever wondered why Friday, which is the 5th day of the week, is used as a worship day for the Islamic faith? Have you ever also wondered or considered why the Islamic logo is a moon and a 5-pointed star? It's as if 5 plays a very significant role in the Islamic faith, and it forms bulk of the foundation for the practice and the faith in Islam. 5 plays a very significant role in the Islamic faith. Now, let's consider the 5 pillars of Islam, include the faith, the prayers, the charity, the fasting, and the pilgrimage in Mecca. Outside the 5 pillars of Islam, there are other areas that mention the word 5. And these include the 5 daily prayers, the 5 categories of laws, which include obligation, recommendation, permissible, dislike, and forbidden. The forbidden is called the haram. And also we have the 5 core belief, which is the teaching summary, which is God, angel, scripture, prophet, and the last days. These are some of the areas where 5 is mentioned in the Islamic practices. But a closer look at this, you will realize that not only Islam mentioned the number 5 in its precepts. Other religions that practice this number 5 include the Buddhism. For example, in Buddhism, we have the 5 precepts. These 5 precepts form the basic moral for guidelines for all the Buddhists. We have the 5 aggregates, which include the components that form the personalities of all humans. We have the 5 hindrance, the 5 wisdom of Buddhas. Also, we have in Krishna, which is the Hinduism. The concept of 5 is also prevalent in Hinduism. In Hinduism, we have the 5 Pandavas, we have the 5 divine weapons of Vishnu, we have the 5 rasas, and we have the 5 elements. I know this phenomenon will sound so strange to some people who are coming across this thing for the very first time, but it is not just even prevalent to just the Muslim, the Buddhist, and the Krishna faith alone. Even in Judaism, the number 5 is also prevalent in the Torah. It is mentioned much more than we see in the Krishna, Islam, and even the Buddhist. So, but what brought about the veneration of the number 5 in all these religions? It's as if the number 5 is so important that the religious organization has to take special attention with that number 5. So, but why there was so much veneration for the number 5? And why is so many religions aligning to this particular number 5? And this is exactly the meaning of what is going on. The number 5 is actually associated with the planet Venus. This has to do with the connection of the planet Venus and the number 5. Venus has one of the most striking natural relationships with the number 5 in the entire solar system. This connection appears in geometry, in astrology, in mythology, and in cultural symbology. This is exactly what is happening. When Venus and Earth align every 584 days, Venus forms a 5-pointed pattern in the sky after every 8th period of time, or 8th period of a circle. It forms a geometric pattern known as the Venus pentagram. This pentagram has 5 points, creating a perfect pentagram shape. This happens due to the precise movement of the orbits of Venus. So with that in mind, the ancient astrologer discovered this long before the modern science and saw that it's a sacred geometry. This is exactly what formed the rose flower or the petals of flowers you see in the field. The energies as you see in the cosmos form this particular energy pattern that resulted to the 5-pointed shape in the Venus movement. So when you see an Islamic logo with the 5-pointed star, it's attributed not just to ordinary star, but that of the Venus movement. So with that in mind, you can see that the Venus pentagram creates 5 sides, 5 points, and a golden ratio proportion that appears in nature, even in human, in any part of the nature. So it is this particular phenomenon that resulted to Venus association with beauty, harmony, and regular proportion. This is exactly why the ancient Greek goddess Aphrodite, which is a Venus, became the symbol of beauty due to the movement and the pattern Venus created in the cosmos. So in all of this, you will understand how the number appears in all religion and in astronomy. It appears in Islam, which dealt with the structure of faith and law. It appears in Buddhism, which dealt with the structure of the mind, ethics, and meditation. It also appears in Krishna, which is talking about the structure, devotion, relationship, and order of the cosmos. And also, don't forget that Venus is a structure of the orbital geometry, beauty, and its symbology. Even though the systems are different, the number 5 consistently symbolizes order, harmony, structure, and completeness. So in history, many cultures and religions identify with this number 5 and its relation to Venus, with Venus making a 5-pointed side in its 8-year cycle. So with that in mind, a lot of religion and cultures venerate this particular Venus traveling in the cosmos and give it a particular name. For example, in some cultures and religion, it is called morning star or evening star. In the Greek, call it Aphrodite. Some call it Ishtar. Some call it Hathor, Shuka. Even in China, it is called the Jingjing. But there's one particular language that made the headline in naming Venus. In Latin, Venus is called Lucifer, and this has sparked a lot of debate on the personality or the veneration of the name Lucifer. According to the Latin, Lucifer, which is another name for Venus, means morning star. Before the theological reincarnation of the word Lucifer, Lucifer was simply the Latin name for Venus. When it appears in the morning sky, Lucifer becomes the light bringer or the dawn of the star. It is used by the Romans to describe the Venus movement and the rising before the sun. The Greek equivalent was the Phosphorus. So the astronomical Venus has one of the strongest natural connections to the number 5 in the sky. It is this particular phenomenon that results in the formation of the Venus pentagram, the rose of the Venus. This pattern also has the 5 points, 5 lobe, and the golden ratio. So in all of this, we can see that Venus goes through the 5 distinct visibility stages in each full cycle. In number 1, we see that Venus is usually invisible behind the sun. It has the first morning appearance. It is the greatest morning brightness. This particular phenomenon of Venus movement never changes. It has always been the same, and the more reason why a lot of people, due to the unchangeable nature of this Venus shape, it has become a symbol of veneration for both cultures and religion. The more reason why you see the Islam has the star with 5 petals, and you can see the more reason why Islam has to pray every Friday, which is the 5th day of the week. The more reason why you see Islam have the 5 pillars of faith. It is due to the movement and the pattern of Venus traveling that makes it a feminine energy. The more reason why everything about Venus is feminine and has been given a goddess attribute, which represent love, beauty, fertility, morning star, and evening star. The Kaaba, which is the black rock of Islam, is not also immune to this particular 5-pointed shape. An isometric view of the Kaaba, which is a square box, given a female attribute. In Islam, the women are clothed with a black cloth. And the more reason why you see the Kaaba is clothed with a black cloth, which shows that the Kaaba is a feminine attribute. A closer look at it, you will see it displays the inner part of a woman, which is a symbol of femininity. However, after all said and done, one would think Christianity is immune to this particular veneration of the number 5. In fact, Christianity spells this more in its Bible. Now let's take a closer look at the number 5 as it appears in the Bible. Here is a clear and powerful summary of the meaning of the number 5 in the Bible. The number 5 in the scripture symbolizes grace as purported by Christianity. Grace, God's goodness, favor, and divine protection. God gave 5 types of offering to bring forgiveness and favor. Jesus Christ multiplied 5 loaves of bread to 5,000 people. In the Old Testament, there are 5 books of Moses. The 10 Commandments is split into 2, 5 on the left, 5 on the right. 5 is our relationship with God, and 5 is our relationship with human. There are 5 kinds of sacrifice, which include burnt, grain, peace, sin, and guilt offering. There are 5 key ministries. There are 5 wise virgins and 5 foolish virgins. There are 5 holy wounds in Jesus Christ, 2 in the hands, 2 in the legs, and 1 on the side. David chose 5 smooth stones to defeat Goliath. So in a summary, we can see that 5 represent the grace, God's favor, redemption, divine protection, covenant foundation, spiritual authority, and leadership. So at the end, one can actually see that 5 is not just only for Islam, Buddhism, Krishna, and even other religions. It's also associated with Christianity. So the veneration of the term 5 does not even matter what type of religion it is. It is just giving a special credence to the number 5 because it's associated with the planet Venus that displays a 5-pointed side. And this is the more reason why in some religion it is given a positive light and other it is given a negative light. For example, it is used as a symbol of Satanism or used in the Church of Satan. And in that symbol, it represents a pentagram, which shows a goated head. And also in Islam, it is representing the 5 pillars of faith. Islam worship in the 5th day, which is a Friday. So in summary, whenever you see the term 5, it displays the planet Venus, which is associated with the Latin word Lucifer as mentioned in the Bible. Only the religion and culture has placed a myth towards this whole movement of the planet Venus. It is a very beautiful place. It displays a very beautiful pattern over a period of 8 years. So our ancients of days, our fathers of old, sees this particular movement and thought they venerate it because it actually shows how it's connected to human. Because as above, so below. When you look at the petals of a leaf or of a flower, you see how the rose is formed. It's a 5-petal shaped. We see how other animals, they also have this 5-petal shape. So it also displays the energy which is from above in the Venus. It's also displayed right here within us here. This is the more reason why we have 5 fingers in our hands. In the vegetarian man, we can see the 2 hands, 2 legs, and the head. So this is the shape of 5 that form the bulk of all humanity. Because also we have the 4 elements of our nature, which include the fire, earth, air, water, and the last one is the spirit. Don't forget also the pyramid of Egypt is shaped with this particular 5 shape, whereby you have the 4 sides of it and the top one, which is the spirit. If you watch the movie Fifth Element, it explains more about this particular phenomenon. So 5 is just a number that is venerated. All religions, all cultures tend to bring about a mythological stories surrounding this particular number 5, and that's the more reason why Islam we always talk about the number 5, a Friday, and so on and so forth. So,
Flammas eius Lucifer matutinus inveniat, ide in quam Lucifer qui nescit occasum, Christus filius tuus, qui regressus ab inferis, humano generis serenus iluxit, et tecum vivit et regnat in saecula saeculorum.
this explains the reason why we have the number 5 all over the place in culture and in religion. I hope this must have given you a sound reason why the number 5 is so prevalent. Thank you.